Hey family, hope all is well. I wanted to come and give a word for the person that is wondering, right? You're looking around at everybody else and you're looking around at what they're doing. And you're asking yourself, why are you so different? What makes you so different? What's wrong with you, right? You might look around at everybody else and you might think that there is something inherently wrong with you, right? Because you don't move how everybody else moves, right? You don't think the same way that they think. You always found there to be something different with you or unique with you, right? But if you're honest with yourself, it's not in a good way all the time. You haven't thought of it like that. Your uniqueness, you if you're honest with yourself, you haven't thought of it as a good thing for most of your life. But this video is for those of you that you look around at everybody else and you say, how do they gel so well with people? How do they, right, when they're in crowds, they look like they having the time of their life. It's easy for them to talk to people. It's easy for them to relate to people, or at least that's how it seems to you um, from the outside looking in. This video is for you, and I want to let you know that none of that matters, right? None of that matters. It's human nature to observe, right? You're just observing and you're comparing, right? And that's where we could fall into a trap when we start to compare. It's okay to observe, and right, you may be observing accurately, like, hey, there's something different with me. I may get along with people, but I still feel that sense that I don't belong. Even though, people may love you. But at the same time, they may ostracize you at the same time, right? So it's a lot of questions that you ask yourself, and it's um, a lot of things that you are observing, right? But I'm here to tell you that none of that matters, right? Because you don't want to fall into the trap of comparison. You don't want to fall into the trap of comparison, right? And you are unique and you are different, right? So you have to start looking at your circumstance as, right, why not you? Why not you? Right? So you might be looking around like, hey, they get to do, right? They look so comfortable doing X, Y, and Z. The things of the world, mainly. They look so, or it could be simple things, like I said, like just human relation. Human relation could seem so odd to God's children at times, to the select few, to the elect, to the chosen. Human relation could even be, it could just be odd at times. But God chose you for a specific reason, and I want you to start looking at your situation like, why not you? God chose you to be different for a reason. For a reason. And a lot of the times we may look at our family as well. We might look at our family and we might ask those questions like, how come I turned out this way and the rest of my family is one way, right? And it may cause you to feel lonely at times. Feel like you can't relate, feel like you really don't have a home. You might be around a crowd of people and still feel lonely, even with your family. And that's a lonely existence, but God wants us to start looking at our situation in a unique manner, because we are unique. We are unique. And stop looking at ourselves like there's something inherently wrong with us. We're just unique and we're just different. And God called us to be set apart. He called us to remain set apart. And heavy is the crown that we wear, remaining set apart. But this is who God called us to be. And there's nothing, right? There's nothing inherently wrong with us, right? We're just unique, we're just different. It's time for us to explore our uniqueness and explore why God designed us this way and created us this way, and to start using those that uniqueness to our advantage, and do what it is that God called us to do. Start being creative, right? God is the creator and he created us, right? So that means that we're creators by default, because the one who created us is the creator, right? And I wanted to say too, right, you may look like it stops with you, whatever that may mean for you. If you look in your bloodline, it stops with you, right? Like I said, you may be wondering, like, how come I can't do what they do, or how come I feel different, or how come I don't gel as well with my family or with other people, or as effortlessly as other people do. And that's because it stops with you. Whatever was sent on your journey didn't take you out, right? That feeling of loneliness didn't take you out, right? Whatever it may be along your journey, whatever snares and traps and trials and tribulations that you've had in your life, it didn't take you out, because you were sent to free the others. All right, so you may be looking at your family, or you may be looking at your friends like, how come I can't do what they do? It's because you were sent to free them. You were sent to be all that you can be, right? And you were sent to be a shining example in their life, of Christ's love and freedom and everything that comes with this journey and this walk with the Most High. You were sent to be a shining example to them and to free them from their past thinking and past programming. You were the one. So that's why it stops. It stops with you. It stops with you. It didn't take you out, whatever your life circumstances may have been, and you wondering, like, how did I get out of the grips of that? How did I get out of the grips of that? It's because you were sent to free the others, right? So you can't keep looking around at other people, and you can't keep comparing yourself to others, right? It's okay to observe, and it's okay to bring things to God and try to get an understanding and try to get clarity. But it's another thing to compare. God said it's time's up for comparing yourself to others in a negative light. He created you this way for a reason. He created you this way so that you can shine your light in the darkness. You always felt like you didn't fit in, and you always felt like you didn't belong for a reason, because God set you apart from the crowd. He set you apart from the crowd, and it's time for you to start owning who you are, and that's God's chosen person, God's chosen people, peculiar people, right? So you can let them, right? Everybody love the word weird these days, right? You got to start being comfortable with being weird. Start being comfortable with being a weirdo. Start being comfortable with being whatever stigma, whatever labels people like to attach these days. Start being comfortable with being the weirdo, right? And I know I'll testify. I'll put my hand up. I want to be everything weird, because whatever's going on in this world today, I don't want to be a part of. If that's the opposite of weird, I don't want to be that. I'll definitely be a weirdo for 200. I will be a weirdo, right? I will set my camera up, record and speak to this camera so that I can shine my light in the darkness. If that makes me a weirdo, that's what I'll do. But I wanted to bring this message to somebody to let you know that it stops with you. right? Stop comparing yourself negatively to other people. It's a reason that God created you the way that He has. It's the reason that He set you apart. It's a reason that He's designed you in this unique manner. It's a reason for it all, and it's because you were sent to not only um, heal yourself, but heal other people. All right. So I love y'all. I hope that blessed y'all. I love y'all. Be blessed.